you're doing, Ralfy of Ralfy Customs. We're back on our Chris's Ironhead Sportster for a bit, and then we're going to get that little rigid dyno finished off. So I don't know if this video will cover all of that, but if not, you'll see the dyno in the next one. Let's get on with this fucking Ironhead. Next up is to get rid of this fucking strap in and put a proper sissy bar on. Yeah. And we know that we want it to follow the angle of the dangle of the forks there. So I'll get the angle block on the forks at some stage and see where they sit. Look. Like that. 61.7, so 60 degrees or whatever. I've not leveled it up, it don't matter. We're just going to copy that. When we put the sissy bar on, we're going to make sure that that sits at the same angle as that angler. Yeah. Hold on, turn it off. Save the batteries. I've already had a quick measure. So I know how tall it wants to be. And we know how wide it wants to be at the mudguard. And we know we want a square top to copy this. I'll carry this on like the square of the square. Unfortunately, my plan to put longer bolts in or whatever, I didn't look properly, and someone in their wisdom, if I can get this off, has fucking I can't get out. There we go. Has decided to weld. There you go. That's a good shot of it. Studs on there. So we need a female threaded hole, preferably M10 or M8 might do it actually. And not them study bits, so fucking hell. My plan is to cut them off, sand it smooth and see what's what. I've a feeling that I'm not going to be able to drill and tap it. I think that's a fair conclusion. This caliper's proper in the way, but maybe we can get in, you know, with a plug tap or whatever. Once we grind this off, we can drill an hole. Failing that, we might have to cut this lug off completely, that lumpy bit that sits on, and weld a top hat on there or something. So I don't know. I think the first thing is to have this strapping off out of the way, grind them bolts off, and see what we're left with. Right, there's one ground off to reveal just a fucking hole, a normal fucking hole, an M10 clearance. Oh, it's just a bit tight, so maybe it's a 3/8 hole. Yeah, and now we need to work out how we can get a thread in that. We can't put, we could almost get away, sorry, I'm not showing you very well. Focus, with a nut behind it on this side, but on this side, the caliper fucking hanger, focus, comes that tight that you can't fucking get out. So what I need to do is decide on a solution to make that a threaded hole. Now, I could probably take it out to M12. But M12 is going to be proper chunky monkey for a fucking sissy bar mount. If we go M12, M10, again, a bit too chunky monkey. I would sooner go M10, M8 if I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to get an M10 thread in that hole. I could weld the hole up, drill it and tap it. It's not ideal, and I'd probably have to take about wheel out to get that done. Or I can drill it out and make an insert that I weld in. I could take that out to 12mm and make a 12mm by 8mm insert that I TIG weld in. That might be the solution. Let's have a think about it. Alright, we have a cunning plan. We're going to drill those holes out to 16mm with this brand new spanking hole saw. And we're going to make a top hat that fits inside it with an M8 thread and a 21mm diameter flange to give us something to weld to. Yeah, so we've got a 5mm thick flange at 21 that's going to sit on top of the plate. We've got a 9.5mm long piece at 16mm which is what we're going to drill it out to. It's going to go into the plate with an M10 thread. Yeah. Now, because this pilot drill, fucking focus, is 6mm, we need to make some guides because we've got a 10mm hole already. So we're going to go 10mm diameter slug, 10mm long, 6.5mm thread. We might, sorry, 6.5mm bore. We might tack them on so they don't fucking spin round and move up and down the guide and fuck it all up like so. Over to the lathe, we'll get these made. Right, quick rethink on that bush that we were going to use as a guide. I'm not sure it's going to work because it would be 10mm on the OD, 6mm on the ID, 2mm wall. It's a bit flimsy, isn't it? I know it's only a guide, I know it's a throwaway thing. What I might do is turn a bit of 10mm bar down to 6mm one end, yeah, and that will then fit in the fucking drill holder, and we can use that as a guide through that 10mm hole. The issue is on this side the brake fucking sticks through, yeah. We don't want to drill that. If the centre guide is longer than this plate, if stick protrudes, it's going to clout that before we've drilled the big hole out, the 16mm hole out. So we might need to shorten it for that side or get it started and then fuck off the guide and just go with a tube with a cutter light. We'll see. Either way, we'll probably end up dropping a bit of tin in here. Not that there's a lot of fucking room, just to protect this, because we don't want to be drilling holes in that now, do we? Either way, we're going to have to do this machining, so let's make this solid guide, see how that works out. Yeah, you just face that off just to clean it, right? And that's 10mm. I know that's 10mm, so we'll just bear with. Do a quick clean up cut. Yeah, and have a measure. If I can find me vernier, bear with. That is. It should be 965. That is. So just let me read out. 9.65. Enter. And we want it to be 8, don't we? No, 6. Shit. So we'll go 8. And we need it 25mm long, so we'll do a bit of this. Down for 25mm. And then we'll take it down to that 6. And then we'll just cut a piece off at whatever length I wrote down. Just so it just protrudes the hole saw and gives us a bit of a guide in that hole light. So it's coming up to 25 now. Yeah, happy days. And break those edges so we can get in there. And then we'll just cut a piece off long enough to do the job, like, you know, we'll just... Sorry. We will then cut this off long enough to stick out from the fucking drill and give us a bit of a guide light. Right, now give this end a good clean up. Normal face off, and then a nice bit of a tape up. Move that off. Nice feel that. It's alright, soft feel. And then a quick clean up with the old Dick Emret. Oh, you are awful. Hello, honk tonks. Me and my dad still greet each other on the phone with that. Bless him. Hello, honk tonks. There you go. That should be our guide. Let's have a look. Right, so there it is. Oh, didn't want that. Didn't want that any fucking way. That's going to be a bear to find. So I've slipped that in. I've made it so when it's tight, when this is tight, there's no gap. It just protrudes, which should suit as well for the left-hand side. On this side, because we've got it sticking out a bit further. Then, if it's not too fucking tight to get on, come on. There we go. So now we've got a guide. I've run a drill in that hole in the plate. Yeah. And this should work nice to drill it out. Fingers crossed. Try and find that fucking Allen key then. Good luck with that. See? It was just hanging in the swarf. So we got it. Happy days. So, with this, have it out, look. With this guide protruding, it's not quite central because it's an onslaught and they're a bit fucking all over the shop. So we're having to persuade it that way a bit. Right, so we'll get that drilled out, yeah. And then we'll measure the hole. Because it's never going to be bang on size, these never are like. But that should give us a good starting point, yeah. Come on, brother. Anyway, I'll get that drilled out, yeah. About halfway there. My guide's come loose, look. But that don't matter. That don't matter at all, yeah. We'll get that done, and Bob's your on test, so pull that fucking, get rid of that fucking strap. Then we'll measure this hole that we've just made, and we'll make a nice little top out with an M8 thread that we can TIG weld in place. Happy days. Don't forget, folks, our Fuck Stock stickers are now available in our Etsy store, link in the description below. Fuck Stock, you know it makes sense. Righto, so I've just been on a mission to renew my driving licence. I will apologise for any bad continuity, but it's a little later in the day for me and only a second later for you. So right, we have got a bit of material in to make these dudes, yeah, and I know that we want the OD to be 21mm. Now I'm still set up from making those that adapter and that, so I reckon we can just go in like fucking so. Rip that down to 21mm for, what are they, 14 and a half. Well, we need 2, that's 28 plus a bit 31 for the cutting bit. We'll not get it, we'll have to move it out a bit like, but we'll just rip it down there to that 21, and we want 9.5mm of it down to 16.8. So we'll do this with a little more finesse. So there's 18mm down to 8, 9.5, and finally 16.8 to fit those holes that we've just done. Told you they're coming oversized. This should give us a nice tight fit. So that's there, look. Like fucking so. Come on, baby. Down to 9.5 and then away. Away. And I want a nice chamfer on this end, which I should probably do after I've drilled and tapped it. But I reckon we'll get away with that. Bit of a dress up. Happy days. Oh, so let's get it drilled and tapped. We'll do this, then we'll spin it round, and we'll make one on the other end with this bit of stock. Well, we'll get this and then get it parted off, and then spin it round. I reckon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just waffling for a change. We'll get that pilot drilling, centre drill even. Fuck me. Have a word, Ralfy. Now we're in with our 6.8, ready to take that M8 tap. Time for a wee chamfer to the tap, like so. Now we slowed everything down, plenty of lube, because that's what separates us from the animals. And we're going to see if this will take it, like so. Look at that, happy days. So we'll take that down to, did about 35mm hole, 35mm deep on the hole, so we can get a good fucking thread cut like that. Change up, back that out, change back, give it a blow off, and it's ready for parting off. In with the parting off tool, so we'll just touch off on this shoulder, like so. See a little bit of oil came off, that'll do me, and we need to move along 8mm. So 5 for the bit, sorry, 5 for the part, and 3mm for the tool. So I'm going to go 8.25 like I do. So I can skim off a 1/4 mil to make that end fitter. I'll just lock off my cross slide off camera. Plenty of lube on this job. Away she goes, Captain. Just like so. There we go, here she comes. Boom, boosh. One down, one to go. So, with the plate cleaned up a little bit better, with the wire brush in the die grinder, we've tapped that end, degreased it all, tapped that end, and ready for a bit of a TIG weld, I reckon. So with those bits put in the frame, we can turn some bosses down that are going to mount the Sissy bar, and I've done my working out, and I want this to be 21mm diameter, 25 long, drilled for M8 clearance, and then countersunk to take the head. So just check I've got enough sticking out. 25 is 28 with a cut, and I've got 40 hanging out. Fucking hell, mile out. So let's get this faced up like fucking so. In we go, nice and steady away. 0 I'll read out at that. We'll take a little exploratory cut, like so. See where we're at. We're alright, one sec, we're alright. 23.8, so we'll go from there, we'll get that turned down. So X is 23.8, sorry knocking you about, and we want 21. Let's take it down to 23 for a length of 28. So I'll get that machine down, you can join me when we're near the finish size. Righto, here we go. Taking it down to 21mm diameter. Up to that shoulder's about where we're going to part it off, so we'll be happy days at that. And I'm going chipped on, so bear with. Come on, baby. There we go, that'll do for that. We'll break that edge and just give that a light tickle. And we'll look at the finish and think, could be better, Ralfy. Might change my tooling for the next one. Anyway, let's get the end on. So we are, as always, coming in with a centre drill. I'm just going to chip away at that to get it started, like so. Now straight in with the 8mm clearance to a depth of about 28. Alright, now we slow things down because we're going to do the counter bore. Oh, here it comes. Let's turn that off actually. What I need to do is touch on and then wind out until I can see 10 on my scale that you can't fucking see. Let me take you out of it. There we go. Here, look. There's a scale there. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10s there. We're touching off, yeah, so we'll lock off the stock, tail stock, put plenty of lube on. And we're going to go 8mm deep, I believe, because it's an 8mm bolt, so. See how that behaves. Oh yeah. Nice and smooth. Like butter. So, there's 4. There's 6. Means we're just coming up on 8. We'll foot that off out of the way, happy days. Break that edge and look at parting it off. Here we go, switched out to parting blade or parting tool, touch off there, and we need to go along 28.25, which is just coming up there. with the carriage locks off. I need to top my lube up. But I reckon it'll be enough for this. We can have that parted off. Once that's done, we'll turn it round, face it off. Well, we'll make the other three off camera light, but we'll turn them round, face them off to 0.25. Take a quarter of a mil off the end. That was a good guess, wasn't it? Now finished, boosh, sorted. And the job's a good one. Here we go, that's a better finish. Straight down to 21. From 25 to 21. Here we go. Happy days. Righto, so those all made. We'll chuck one up. See how that spins. No, doesn't weigh that one. That'll do. So we'll chuck one of these up. Look. We'll touch on. 0 I'll read out. Get rid of that burr. And we want 0.25 off, which is there, exactly there. So we'll take a nice light pass, facing it to length, break that edge, and that should give us one module to take an M8 cap head. Just long enough to set up this bolt, probably. Needs to be a bit longer in real life, like. Right, and that's one of the bad boys fitted, as it will be. That bolt needs to be longer, it's just for fitting up. What I usually do, and what I've done this side, is just use a regular bolt with a lock nut and a washer. So we wind this into the chat, to the threaded module, until we're happy with it, like, and then we bollock it up with a nut and the washer, and that's got it, like. So we don't have to worry about finding the exact fastenings, because that's down to whoever puts it together finally, like, you know, for the final build. I'll make a list when it's one of mine. I'll go around and make a list of every fastener, M8 by whatever that's got to be, times whatever, for the Sissy bar, etc, etc. Anyway, now we've got them on, we can have a measure. We can measure this width. I've already measured the height, which is upside down. It's 15i, and I know that it's 6.5 inches wide at 11 inches off here. Yeah, so I'll double check those, but then I can map it out. Right, I'll go over to my bench and draw out the Sissy bar, and then get the material, this 16mm bar, and make something suitable, really. Right, and here it is marked out. So we've got the height, we've got the width at the mudguard, 11 inches, 6.5 inches wide, 9 3/4 wide at the base, and we have worked out with the height of 15 that this fits 134 wide, they're 385 long, mixing a metric and imperial, so we ended up with 954. So we'll cut a metre, basically. Cut a metre of the steel, clean the ends up, we'll mark the centre, and then we'll come out this 134, mark it, and then I think we're going to cherry red it and give it a tweak, so I'll never forget a tight bend in that cold light. Right, with that clamped in the vise, I've centre marked the width of the inside of it according to the template that we drew out. It just falls nice on the vise. So I reckon, with a bit of luck, I should be able to leave it clamped in the vise and give it a good tweak once we warm it up like. Righto, so with the warming and tweak, another tweak, and maybe another tweak that you didn't see, we've got the framework laid out. We've marked the ends ready for cutting, so we'll have those off with a cutting disc on the grinder, and then we'll go and offer the beastie up and see how it sits. Right, now with that tacked on, yeah, we can use the angly dangler, zero it out on these forks, and then duplicate that with these. Somewhere not easy one-handed. Somewhere around there, but I'll get it better when I've got two hands. And then that gives us the angle that matches the bloody forks. So I'll get that done more properly, more good of her, And then it's a case of seeing where these mount, which I did used to be really fucking trying to get them level all the time, and over perfect. The last ones I did sat on top and they look fucking great. So we'll see about this. I think we'll see. Okay, so with those with the mounts on the back, so anyway it's got gravity to, you know, on its favour. It's trying to fucking push it against this, which is the way we want it. These level with the bottom of the mudguard, and just following it, they just tip up slightly at the ends, which I fucking like. So that's all tacked up off camera, obviously. Not much to see. You've seen me do a bit of welding in this video. What I'll do, I'll have it off, whoever misses, get it welded up and cleaned up, transfer these holes through. I'll run an 8mm drill through these holes to get me the centre that I need. Yeah, I'm not going to use a transfer punch or anything like that, because this has got too much fucking spring in it. It's just going to chatter about. So I'll just tickle it up with a drill bit through there to give myself a guide for a hole, and I can always drill the hole a little oversized because we need a bit of wiggle room sometimes. We'll see, but I'll get that done. And there you go, man. So we've got it welded on. Nice and neat. Give them a quick brush up. Not too fussed about the finish. I don't, no, it sounds bad. I've not TIG welded them, I've MIG'd them because it's just going to be powdered. It's all going to be black powdered. So that'll be by the by. I wanted to TIG weld those threaded bits on because it needs to be nice and flush fitting, and I'll TIG around the inside when it comes back after it's been stripped down for extra strength. But I didn't need it. There you go. So I'm sure you'll agree that's much nicer than that bit of fucking shit that I've took off. And if I can come around here, look, let's have a look. It should echo the angle of the forks. If that upright weren't in the way, you'd see it fucking great. Let me get a photo, I think. Yeah, happy days. So there you go. That's another box ticked. We overcame that problem with the axle plates. Quite happy with that. And I think that the Sissy bar looks just red, man. So it just leaves me as always to thank you for watching. Say if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and a sub. Check out all the bumps in the description below. Follow along on the next one, and I'll catch you next time, everyone. Big love. See you later.